Hello and welcome to section 3 of this course, where we'll be really focusing on IELTS writing task 2. In this lesson, I'll be covering all the basics to introduce to you what IELTS writing task 2 is. I'll also show you the 5 different question types that you might see in IELTS writing task 2. And I'll also quickly show you the 4-part structure that we use to answer all questions in this part of the IELTS test. As with all my lessons, it's really important that you do take some notes, and I'm going to make a short quiz to test your knowledge at the end of this lesson. Here is some key information to introduce IELTS writing task 2 to you. You must write an essay about a given statement and question. It may be that you have to agree or disagree with this statement, or it could be that you're discussing both sides of an argument. Whereas task 1 is a factual report, task 2 is more about giving your own opinions and ideas. In IELTS writing task 2, there is a minimum word count of 250 words. I strongly suggest you don't write 500 words or more. A lot of students make this mistake, and it means that they don't meet their time limit and can't complete their essay. There's a recommended time limit of 40 minutes, which means altogether IELTS writing will take 1 hour to complete, 20 minutes for task 1 and 40 minutes for task 2. As I stated previously, IELTS writing task 2 is worth double the points of IELTS writing task 1. For this reason, to achieve a high band score in IELTS writing, task 2 is very important. Finally, there are 5 types of questions that you could get in IELTS writing task 2. Now, if you are studying from other websites or courses, it may be that they teach 4, 5, or maybe 6 questions, but I like to teach it as 5 questions. So this is the key basic information about IELTS writing task 2. I'm now going to quickly show you the 4-step sequence to organise our answer, as this will help us to understand the 5 question types. In this 4-step structure, we have an introduction, 2 supporting paragraphs, and a conclusion. Pretty simple. I recommend that most students stick to this structure to help you organise your essay. We'll be going into a lot more detail about the 4-step structure later on in this section of the course, but it's good to see now to help us really understand the 5 question types. Let's move on and take a look at the 5 question types now. One of the most popular questions you could be given is an agree or disagree question. Here you will have to give your opinion on agreeing or disagreeing with the statement, and you can only choose one to either disagree or agree. Here's the example question. Using a computer every day will have a negative effect on children. Do you agree or disagree? It's very important that you clearly show your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. Let's see how we can organise our 4-part structure for this question. So you'll have your 3-part introduction, and there'll be a lot more on that later in the course. Then you'll give your 2 reasons in the supporting paragraphs as to whether you agree or disagree with the statement. And then you'll give a summary and your own opinion in the conclusion. Again, only choose to agree or disagree. Our next question type is advantages and disadvantages, where you have to discuss the benefits and drawbacks to any given topic. Let's take a look at the question. Many young people are travelling abroad to find work. What are the advantages and disadvantages of leaving your country to find work? As with all Task 2 questions, our three-part introduction remains the same. In your first supporting paragraph, you can give an advantage. In your second supporting paragraph, you can give a disadvantage. This way, our essay will be equal and balanced for the advantages and disadvantages. In our conclusion, you give your summary, and it may be that you're asked to give your opinion. Not all of these questions will do that, but if they do ask you your opinion, you could add 2 to 3 sentences in your final paragraph stating how you feel about the statement. Next up, we have the discussion question, where you have to discuss 2 different points of view and then give your own opinion. Here's the question. Some people believe that the best way to reduce crime is to increase the length of prison sentences. Other people, however, believe there are better methods to reduce crime. Discuss both views and give your opinion. And here's our structure. In the first supporting paragraph, you can discuss viewpoint 1. And in the second supporting paragraph, you can discuss the other viewpoint given in the statement question. In the conclusion, summarize and give your opinion. Our fourth question is called the problem and solution. The internet has transformed our society, but has also created new problems. What are some serious problems associated with the internet, and what solutions can you suggest? Now, you may be thinking, what if you're not an expert on the topic in the statement question? For example, in this question, what if you don't know a lot about the internet? Well, try to think logically and think of some solutions that you could suggest that might help fix problems. Here is our 4-step structure. So much like the other question types, the introduction and conclusion remain pretty much the same. Our first supporting paragraph is where we can discuss all of the problems associated with the statement. And our second supporting paragraph is all about our ideas on solutions to fix the problems. Now on to number 5, which is the 2-part question. Some parents buy their children whatever they ask for. Is this a good way to raise children? What consequences might this have for the child as they grow older? Now, it's quite easy to see that there are 2 questions or 2 question marks in this question type. So our structure has to change slightly to address this. Let's see the structure now. Of course, the 3-part introduction remains the same. Our first supporting paragraph is for question 1, and our second supporting paragraph is for question 2. And in our conclusion, we summarize and don't give an opinion. So that's all for the 5 question types on IELTS Writing Task 2. I hope you made some notes, because now we're going to move on to a short quiz. Here are your 5 question types. I will show you 3 questions, and you need to pause the video and decide what question type I am showing you. Question number 1. Overpopulation in many urban areas is becoming a major issue worldwide. What are the causes of this, and how could the situation be improved? Pause the video now and decide which question type this is. This question is in fact a problem and solution question type, so well done if you got that right. Next up, for question number 2, scientists and technology experts appear to be more valued by modern society than musicians and artists. To what extent do you agree? Pause the video now. Okay, that video is in fact an agree or disagree question. And now for question number 3. Some people believe that exercise is the key to a healthy life, while others feel diet is more important. Discuss both sides and give your opinion. That was maybe a little easier to work out, and it was in fact a discussion question. That brings us to the end of our first video in section 3, all about IELTS writing task 2. Quickly review your lesson, know it, and if you feel ready, I will see you in the next lesson.